Namaste, everyone. Welcome to the Transformational Meditation class from Quantum Life University, QLU. Every Sunday, we conduct these transformational meditation classes, and we've been doing it for since 2000, the year 2000. And now, after COVID, it has become online. And we are also conducting these alternately in English and Hindi. This Sunday, today, it's going to be in English, and we welcome all of you on Zoom and YouTube. Thank you so much for joining. And today's topic is very, very interesting and very helpful for all of us as spiritual seekers, those who want to progress in spirituality. It is so essential. It is the art and practice of mindfulness. And it is going to be taught, or, this class is going to be taken by Mr. Rajashekhar Potluri. He is the QLU Acharya, QLU founding trustee, managing trustee, and he has been with Dr. Newton, Lakshmi, from even before the conception of Quantum Life University. For the last 33 years, Rajashekhar ji and Sridevi ji have been associated with Dr. Newton, Dr. Lakshmi, and all four of them together have brought this started manifesting this vision named QLU, Quantum Life University. And it is a privilege. He is a Acharya. He conducts workshops, retreats, and soul coach programs, conducts classes in English, Telugu, Hindi. We've seen many of his webinars. Probably some of you have attended his webinar on dialogues with the body, or dreams. That's his favorite topic, and past life regression. So, 2 day past life regression that we conduct every year before the 6 day retreat is also taken at QLU Campus by Rajashekhar ji. And he's an amazing teacher. And today I feel very privileged to have his class with all of us. It is a great learning, and I so look forward to it. I'm sure all of you are also looking forward to it. So let us all turn on our cameras, and with a beautiful smile, let's welcome Rajashekhar ji. Thank you so much, sir, for being here today.
Namaste, friends. Thank you very much for joining this Sunday meditation class, the transformational meditation class on this wonderful topic, the art and practice of meditation. So as it is with the format of all the classes, the transformational meditation classes, we have a short presentation on the topic of the day. And today's topic is the art and practice of meditation. And after that, we will have some uh, question answers and sharing, and followed by the regular meditation that we do every day, the Anapanasati meditation. So this is the same practice that we are going to be doing for today as well. Okay, so thank you, friends. So let's begin first with the presentation. Yeah. So I'm just going to share the screen with the presentation, and then we'll begin with this. Okay, are you able to get the presentation?
Um, no, sir. We see your folder.
Okay, the window. Yeah, now?
Yes, we can see that.
Yeah.
But can you put it on reading mode or presentation mode?
Yeah, I'll do that. Good. So you can see it on reading mode now? Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
thank
Yeah.
you.
Good. So, friends, now this is a wonderful topic, like I said, and welcome you all to the QLU's presentations on the art and practice of mindfulness, transformational meditation class. Before we proceed, I wish to express my immense gratitude to my mentors, Dr. Newton and Dr. Lakshmi, with whom it has been a journey of over 32 years and such a amazing learning in these years, and it is through these learnings that I'm able to share with all of you on so many different topics and workshops and presentations and individual sessions, as Harika has already explained. So, what is mindfulness? Mindfulness is the basic human ability to be fully present, aware of where we are and what we are doing. A very simple, easy definition or understanding of what mindfulness is. It is the basic human ability to be fully present, aware of where we are and what we are doing. And we hear a lot about mindfulness nowadays, saying that we need to bring mindfulness into our work, into our living, mindful working, and any practice we need to practice with mindfulness. But we need to first know what actually mindfulness is. And that is what mindfulness is. Now, let's look at what are the things that prevent us from being mindful. So, if we can know what are the obstacles, what are the things that prevent us from being mindful, then we can actually be cautious. We can avoid these obstacles, we can overcome these obstacles so that we can actually go into the practice of mindfulness. One of the things that prevents us from being mindful is becoming overwhelmed by what's going on around us, and then we become reactive instead of responsive because of and this is another term that we keep hearing a lot, that we react to situations rather than being responsive to situations. And and that's happening because we are overwhelmed by what's happening. We are not able to comprehend things, and we are not able to feel in control of the situations, and then we become reactive instead of responsive. So this is the thing that we need to understand. So first is we become overwhelmed, and then we escape, avoid situations by denying the situations and circumstances that are around us, and we go into the denial mode, and then we become reactive. So we just see the process of how we end up going into that situation. First, we become overwhelmed, then we try to escape the situation or avoid the situation, or we try to deny the situation. And then we start reacting instead of responding. So these are the things that prevent us from being mindful. So when we turn reactive around, what do we get? You use the same letters, but you turn them around, we become creative. And that's what we are. We're all great creators, amazing creators with so much of creating ability and potential that we have. And rather than be reactive, we can become the creators that we are meant to be. We can tune into the creative potential that we have. And we can do this when we recognize that we are the sole creators of our reality. When we understand that it's we who are creating and everything around us is happening because we are creating it. We are creating our external world. As the Buddha said, through the inner world of your thoughts, you create your external world. And in the Bhagavad Gita, it says, Yat bhavam tad bhavati. It's exactly the same thing. As you think, so you are. So this is a higher truth. It is a truth that we are probably not so much aware of, but we need to accept this truth, understand this truth, and not just know it, but we use the power of this truth in order to create the kind of life that we wish to create in our lives. So this is how we can turn it around. We turn around the reactive, we become creative by first connecting, we accept our reality by knowing that we are the creators of it. As long as we don't accept that we are the creator of this reality, we feel that we are the victim of the situations. Of every situation, we feel that something else, there is some external power, there is some external person or persons or situations which are outside of us, which are creating everything around us. But once we connect to this truth that we are the creators, then we are in acceptance of things that are happening around us, and we then say that okay, this is something that I have created, so I accept that this is something I've created. If I don't like this reality, if I don't like what I'm experiencing in my life, then I need to understand how I have created this and what can I do now to change this reality. And then you are actually becoming a creator. You may still continue to experience things which you are not liking, and that's because they are being created by your past thoughts, by your past beliefs, by what you held within earlier. And it takes just some time to change those thoughts and beliefs. And once you change that, then your external reality will begin to change. It's then will begin to mirror the new beliefs and the new thoughts that you have started to replace the old ones with. So I've just made uh, seven sutras, as Dr. Newton loves giving all concepts in the form of these sutras, and it is through him that I have learned this uh, wonderful way of presenting some of the most complex concepts or some things which are not so easy to understand in very simple way, and with just a few, you can say, like bullet points, but this is far more powerful than just the bullet points. And we can call them these sutras, and it's a wonderful word, the Sanskrit word sutra, which contains the essence of anything. When you want to say something and you say, okay, this is the sutra, and that sutra is just a small statement, but it has so much of depth of wisdom related to that. And in less words you convey more wisdom. That's something like a sutra. It's like so powerful. It's like an atom bomb. Like you have a very small thing, but it contains so much of power. It's like that. So these 7 sutras that I've put together about mindfulness, we'll just go through this. This will give you more idea about the practice part of mindfulness. So just to recap, we first started with what is the definition of mindfulness. That is the ability to be fully present in whatever you're doing and wherever you are. That's mindfulness. The second thing we went into was, what are those situations? Why is it that we lose the ability to be mindful? And that's because we are not in tune with what's happening around us. We don't feel in control of what is happening. So we try to run away from the situation, we try to avoid the situation, or we try to deny the situation. And then we say that, okay, I'm, we lose the presence. We are no longer present in that. We are going off into our stories. We are going off into all our fears, going into the past, going into the future, going into worrying about what's going to happen, or going into regrets about what happened earlier. All these things happen, and we lose our ability to be mindful. So we looked at what is it that prevents us from being mindful. And then we said, okay, now we need to change it. So, how do we become responsive instead of reactive? We become creative instead of reactive. We need to accept that we are the creators. We are creating all these realities. We may not be liking what's happening in our lives, and that is fine. There are certain things that we like and many things that we don't like in what is happening in our lives. But when we look at those things, when we understand that we are the creators, that's the first step in our journey to be able to change those things. As long as we continue to feel that we are the victim of situations and things are happening on their own and due to external forces, and we have nothing to do with that, and we don't have any way to change that, we continue to be in the victim, and we no longer feel powerful enough to start creating new realities. And then we said, let's look at certain ways, the sutras, which will give us a deeper understanding about the practice of mindfulness and how we can go deeper into this practice of mindfulness. So the first sutra is, to be mindful is to give all your attention to the present moment. So we see in the slide here, it is Guru Dronacharya, and that is Arjuna asking him to take aim, and then he's asked to describe what does he see. What does he see? He says, I can see only the eye of the bird, and that is the one that he is supposed to be taking aim at. So that is mindfulness. He doesn't see anything else. All attention to the present moment, all attention to the task on hand. The task on hand is the target, and he can't see anything else other than the target. So your goal. So in this point of time, you are doing a certain amount, certain work. You've taken up a certain task. So all your attention, all your energy, all your faculties are completely aligned and tuned to that. And that is to be mindful. That's the first sutra, to giving all your attention to the present moment with all your faculties, all your energies. Everything is completely aligned, tuned, and focused to the task on hand, to the work on hand and completely being in the present moment. So as long as you at that point of time have some thoughts of the past or some thoughts of the future or thoughts about other people or even thoughts about yourself, about your own shortcomings, your own lack of abilities to do things, your own fears, anything, all these things are things that take you away from the present moment. So again, be very clear about the first sutra. It is to give all your attention to the present moment. The second is to become one with the activity that you are doing in the present. So this is a picture of the cows at the QLU campus, and you just look at them. Do you feel that their mind is going here and there, like how it happens for us humans? If they are doing something, they're grazing, they're walking right now, they're walking towards the lake to get water. They're completely 100% in tune, completely aligned with that activity. There's nothing else. And it just shows, they just radiate that energy of being completely present and completely being one with that activity. So the second sutra is to become one with the activity that you are doing in the present moment. The third is to anchor yourself in your essence. And what does it mean to anchor yourself in your essence? It means that what is your essence? Your essence is not your emotions, it's not your thoughts, it's not this physical body with whatever limitations or capabilities or whatever it is that you feel that it has, health or ill health or strength or weakness. It is nothing, it's none of those things. Your essence is the soul that you are, the amazing creator that you are, that wise being that you are. That is the core of your existence, the core of your being. And you need to anchor yourself in that essence. So when you are in some activity or work, you are completely going to be in the present moment. And in that moment, you are going to be completely involved in that work. That's the second sutra. And the third is you're going to completely anchor yourself into your essence, into being fully into who you actually are. And every time you get into certain distractions or your thoughts take you into something, then you just need to understand, is that what I am? I go back into my witness consciousness and say, okay, I connect into the essence of who I am. It is going into the real creator that I am, the being, the wise being that I am, the eternal being that I am, the soul that I am, and you need to connect to these things. That's going to become your greatest anchor, the ability to keep you in that state of mindfulness. So that's the third sutra. Then, what's the fourth? The fourth sutra is to be mindful is to always be in the flow like a river. So, is being mindful, if you look at the first three sutras, is it being very static? Is it being just sitting idly without doing anything? Or being like a lazy person and saying, okay, I'm mindful, I'm just sitting, I'm looking, I'm watching, I'm being in the present moment, I'm completely in tune with the work that I'm doing, but is there inaction in it? And then I say, I'm anchored in my essence, but you are always in the flow. You understand that the whole universe flows through you. Okay, you are not the doer, you are the one through which things are done. Every mindful master, everyone, a real master understands this mindfulness. Why are they able to be in that real mindful state, in that great state which you feel that only masters are capable of? Because they understand that there is a flow. There is a flow that comes, that goes through you, and things get done because you're allowing things to flow through you. You're allowing the greater powers of the universe to flow through you, and then and the works that you are doing then get done because you're allowing that to happen. So you are always in the flow, and you're not obstructing the flow, you're not stopping the flow, but at the same time you are not the source of that flow. You are just a channel for that flow of this universal energy, the channel to allow it to flow through you, to allow it to go through you, and then these amazing things can happen. And that's the fourth sutra. To be mindful is to always be in the flow like a river. The river doesn't bother about anything. Suppose it comes with the biggest obstacle, there's a huge rock and the waters come there, but it just doesn't care about it. It doesn't go into any fear and say, what am I going to do now? There's this huge rock that has come. It just keeps flowing, doing what it is meant to do, and it keeps flowing. And in course of time it even breaks the biggest rocks and cuts through the biggest mountains, and then creates its own ways to go wherever and finally reach the sea. It is which is symbolizing for us reaching our goal, reaching our destination, reaching the purpose for which each and every soul has come into this life. So nothing is going to stop the river from reaching to that. Can you imagine that any river is not able to reach? And how is it doing? It doesn't bother whether it takes millions of years to cut through mountains and create valleys and finally reach to its destination. The same way, we have to be completely so much in tune with what you're doing, and no matter what obstacle comes through, you connect to your essence and just keep flowing. So be in the flow. Just remember. So that's the fourth sutra. The sutra is to be mindful, is to always be in the flow like a river. So that's the fourth sutra. Then we have the fifth sutra, which is to be mindful is to always follow your dharma. So, your dharma is what is it that you are meant to do in your life? What is your purpose? What is your goal? What is your destination? That is your dharma. What is the thing that you are here to do? So, you are doing the works at the deeper level. Each and every action of yours needs to align with the purpose of your life. And this doesn't look very obvious, but at any time there's a conflict in your life, every time there is something which is taking you away from your mindfulness, you say that, okay, I'm being in the moment. I'm actually completely focusing on the work that I'm doing, which is two. Three, I'm anchored, I'm connecting to my soul essence, I'm also flowing, but still I'm not able to be mindful. So, what is happening there? It is that the work that you're doing, somewhere at a deep level, there is a conflict. There's a conflict that this work is not aligned to your purpose. It's not aligned to what you really are wanting to do, what your soul wants to do in this life. And even that creates a pull away, and that causes you that unrest, and that makes you to lose mindfulness. So then check whether what you're doing, is it aligned to what you really want to do in life? Is it aligned to the purpose of your life? So this is something that you need to check with yourself. And as long as you're aligned and following your dharma, then you can be mindful. That's the fifth sutra. The sixth sutra is the sutra of service. As one master so beautifully put this, he said, we are here in this world to contribute. This is that's a wonderful term, contribution. Contribution. What are you here to contribute? Every individual has some unique ability, has some unique capability, has some unique purpose. No one else in this whole world can do that, exactly what you came here to do. And when you do that, you are serving the world, because when you leave this lifetime, you will leave this world with something unique, some unique addition which no one else could have done. And this is not for you to feel egoistic about it and say, I'm great, I'm doing something which no one else can do. It's not that. It's that you are doing something very unique, and that from your soul perspective, that is exactly what your soul wanted to do. And when you are aligned with that, then you are contributing to the world, and that contribution is a service. So when you are in service, to be mindful is to be in service. And when you're in service, it is to be mindful. It is actually, in a way, we can say it's synonymous. You're being completely mindful. You are in that mode that you are contributing, you're adding value to what is already there in the world. That is the sixth sutra. To be mindful is to be in service. And the seventh sutra is, to be mindful is to continuously expand your awareness. So it is about, what is it that, is it being just only tuned to the work, being in the moment, anchoring to your essence, to your soul? But this, it goes beyond that. Mindfulness is not something which is, like I said, a static action. It is not. It's so expansive, because the more mindful you are, the more your awareness and consciousness expands. You are always here to expand your consciousness. Evolution of the soul is about expanding your consciousness. In a sense, what exactly is soul evolution? Soul evolution is when your consciousness expands beyond what your current level of awareness is. In very simple terms, that is soul evolution. So, in your being mindful, when you're completely mindful of what you're doing, can you also sense that there is a certain expansion of your consciousness and awareness that is happening? When you allow that expansion and consciousness in your consciousness and awareness to happen, then you grasp more and more things. You realize that you have so many faculties which you have not used till now. Probably you're not even aware that they exist. You might be just using your five senses. Okay, I have these five senses. I can hear things, I can smell things, I can taste things, I can feel things. Okay, I can see things. And these are just your senses of perception. But your awareness, your consciousness, when it expands more and more, you understand that the whole universal field is open to you, and the ways of perception are not limited to these physical senses. You have extrasensory perception. You have things like telepathy. You have precognition, intuition, all these things, all these abilities which are beyond the physical. They are indescribable through physical means and physical terms, not measurable through any known physical instruments, but yet we all have them. And unless we start tuning more and more into these aspects, to these abilities of ourselves, we cannot expand our consciousness. So, the seventh sutra of mindfulness is to be continuously expanding your awareness, expanding your consciousness. Right? Uh, there's this wonderful book, which is Dr. Newton's first inspirational, transformational book, the book that he quotes often as the one that really changed his life, which was gifted to him by his father. And it's called Jonathan Livingston Seagull by Richard Bach, also one of my favorite authors, again, introduced to me by Dr. Newton. He has written some amazing books. One of them, of course, is Jonathan Livingston Seagull, then a book called One, Illusions, and Bridge Across Forever, and many other amazing books. So you must read some of his books. And this particular picture is taken from this, you know, it is inspired by that book, Jonathan Livingston Seagull. It's about the seagull who continuously wanted to expand its awareness, to tap into its unlimited potential, to keep increasing its ability to tap into that potential, and knowing that there is no limit to our own potential. So this is something that we need to be doing. So mindfulness doesn't just end with just the simple practice and awareness. It is going beyond that, going into expanding, continuously expanding. When you allow that expansion to happen, when you're open for that expansion to happen, let us say you believe that there is nothing beyond the physical, that okay, I have these five senses because I can physically see them, sense them, and I can feel all this through my physical body, but beyond this I'm not able to understand anything, or I don't even believe that they exist. Then you cannot be fully mindful, and you cannot grow, you cannot progress, you cannot evolve, because evolution means you need to understand that we are not just physical beings. We are beings having a physical experience, but we have most of our potential is in the non-physical abilities that we have. And as long as we deny those, or we are not in acceptance of those abilities that we have, and we don't open ourselves to them, those abilities cannot expand, and your awareness won't expand, your consciousness won't expand, and hence the evolution itself does not accelerate. So we are here to evolve faster, to really take our evolution to the next higher and higher levels. And the practice of mindfulness is something that helps us to go into this deeper and deeper. So that's the seventh sutra. So you can visit our website, qluglobal.org, which has so much of information about the works that we're doing, the programs that we're conducting, and everything that we are doing. So please look into that, share with your friends. And now I'm open to some questions on this topic of mindfulness. And after that, we are going to have a meditation. Thank you, friends.
Thank you so much, sir. That was very clear and precise, to the point. And the sutras have really helped. Thank you so much for that. So, friends, you can post your questions in the chat, or you can raise your digital hand on Zoom so that we can see if you have any questions on how to apply it in a certain situation in your life, or anything you can ask. So it looks like everything is so clear. Would you like to continue, go on with the meditation, sir? Maybe after the meditation, if
Yeah,
there's
maybe after
any.
the meditation, we can have a sharing, and probably by then, people may come up with some questions on this. So let's begin with the meditation. You can remove your spectacles if you have any, and each one of you can sit in a very comfortable posture and Sukhasan. Don't need to keep your back very straight, but try to keep it as straight as possible without any discomfort. You can sit in the chair, lean against the back of the chair, against the backrest. If you're sitting against a wall, you can lean, keep support your back against the wall. If you're sitting on the floor, sit cross-legged on the floor. If you're sitting in a chair, you can cross your feet at the ankles. Keep your hands folded together, interlock your fingers, and then close your eyes and begin to observe your breath. Just close your eyes and begin to observe your simple, natural, easy, tranquil, peaceful, calm breath. Just notice your breath going in and notice it going out. You're just that witness. You're witnessing everything that's happening. Meditation is allowing yourself to be in that pure witness state. You're witnessing everything that's happening. Even if you get thoughts, you are just going to witness those thoughts. You are not going to engage with those thoughts. And as you keep doing this, these thoughts will keep dwindling and they come down to zero. It's like you're watching a clear sky and you're seeing the clouds go by. And you just keep watching the sky until all the clouds get cleared and you have this clear sky. So, in the same way, you watch the thoughts, watch them come and go, but you don't engage with them. It's like you're seeing a lot of people playing some very interesting game. So, those are like the thoughts. But you need to resist the temptation to go jump in and start playing with them. Playing with them means you're engaging with the thoughts and you are going to start increasing those thought processes, and then you get sucked into those thoughts. Instead of that, you just watch those thoughts come and go. You're not going to engage with the thoughts, and then you start developing a very keen awareness of yourself as a being who is actually the observer of these thoughts. You learn to be a pure witness. You learn to be able to be in that witness state, just ever watchful, just noticing what is happening. That is meditation. Meditation is not about making effort, it is about dropping all effort. It is not about doing something. Meditation is non doing. When you're able to just sit still, calm, and just witness what is happening, completely be in that witness state, that is meditation. And in doing this, in being in this state of non doing, meditation happens. As Osho said, meditation is not done, meditation happens. The breath is a tool to reach to that meditative state. It is a tool that helps you to allow meditation to happen. As you keep watching the breath, every moment of the breath, watch every moment of your inhale. Then watch that moment when the inhale turns around and then becomes an exhale. And then watch every moment of the exhale. And then again, watch that moment where the exhale turns around and then becomes the inhale. So develop this keen witness consciousness, this keen witnessing ability, the ability to witness each and every moment, the ability to witness every moment of your breath. And in doing so, you reach to that meditative state. You actually allow meditation to happen. Don't go into the past. Don't go into the future. Don't worry about others. Don't worry about yourself. Just be with the breath. Be a witness of your breath. Just Be with it, every moment of it. As your breath goes in, as the in-breath becomes the out-breath, and again as the breath goes out, as the out-breath becomes the in-breath, and again the breath comes in, and so on and so on. Ever mindful of your breath. Through mindfulness of breathing, you can reach the meditative state. As we understood what mindfulness was, we use mindfulness to improve our meditation practice by being more and more mindful of the breath. You begin with being completely in this moment. No past, no future. Be completely in this present moment. Be completely in tune with the activity that you're doing right now, which is breathing. Be completely mindful of your breath. Be completely in tune with your breathing. So, being in this present moment and being mindful of the breathing, just be anchored in your essence. The being that you are. The witness that you are. Your essence is the witness in you, and you are being anchored in your essence. Then you are allowing the flow, the natural flow of the breath, not trying to control it in any way, not trying to make it fast, not trying to make it slow, not trying to hold it, just allowing the flow, knowing at a deep level that this breath is not coming from you, it's not going into you, it just flows through you. So be in that state of allowing, just allow the breath to flow. It's a deep surrendering to the flow of your breath. It's a deep surrender. Complete surrender to the flow, becoming one with that flow. When you become one with that flow of breath, meditation happens. Last 5 minutes. Three minutes more. Last 2 minutes. Last 1 minute. 30 seconds more. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. You can rub your palms, place your fingers on your eyes for some time, and then gently, slowly, with a beautiful smile, you may open your eyes. Yes, friends, welcome back. And now let's have a couple of sharings. So anyone who wishes to share the meditation experience today or anything else that they would share about their meditational experiences, or if they remembered some things that they wish to ask about the topic of mindfulness, the art and practice of mindfulness that we shared today, they can raise their digital hand, or if they are viewing on YouTube, then they can post in the chat box and these questions will be taken up.
Yes, sir. Shuchiji has raised her hand. Hi,
Okay.
Shuchi. Yeah.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Sir, I wanted to ask, like, is mindfulness different from analysis and contemplation? So, what happens with me sometimes if I'm doing something? So, some thoughts will come or some emotions will come. Like if I paint and if I do painting, some something comes in the mind, then I will drop that activity uh, for some time. And then I go into that. Okay, I can see.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, I can hear you
Okay.
now. Yes, I lost
Okay.
your voice in between. Yes.
Yes, sir. So, sir,
Yeah.
sometimes like if when I am doing something, some things will come in my mind,
Mm-hmm.
or it may be some worry of the future, or
Okay.
some past thoughts or emotions or some experiences. So,
Okay.
I will stop doing whatever I'm doing and I will go into that whatever is coming in my mind. And sometimes I will go into contemplation or analysis of that, or I will just let it flow.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that emotion or whatever is happening.
Mm-hmm.
So, is that okay? Is that mindfulness? And is mindfulness different than contemplation and analysis?
Okay. So what's happening is that when you are working, let's say you said you were painting or doing some work, whatever that work may
Mhm.
be, at that time, you are not to allow any past, future, anything to come in the work. Your mind should be only on that work. What you have described is that, okay, if I get some emotion, then I allow it to flow, right? Then you are confusing two things. that is something that you need to do when you sit aside to do your healing.
Yeah.
You just sit with that emotion, allow it. If it becomes more, it's more discomfort, but sit with it. What we say, just sit with it and observe it. So
Yes.
that is something you do when you have taken out some time for yourself and say that now I'm just going to sit with certain things which I want to deal with
Yes, sir.
for my own healing. That's not to be done when you are doing your work.
Because, sir, I
So it
spontaneously go into that mode. What you're saying is
so
that we have to
that
do
is
in
the
healing.
problem with every human being. When we are doing our works, mind keeps going into the past, into the future, into our fears, into our the projections of the fears, and we get pulled into that. And then we are not mindful. So the first thing, that's why we talked about what are the things that prevent us from being mindful. We need to be aware of that.
So
So
because
what are
I'm,
those things? Yes.
sir, I'm confusing mindfulness. Like for me, I have thought that that is being mindful, mindful, like going deeper into what I'm feeling and maybe
That
okay,
is
the
not
chain of
mindfulness.
okay.
Yes. That's why this is important to know that mindfulness is what is the activity you want to do. If the activity that you chose to do was your self healing, and that is the prime activity of that moment, then that is mindfulness. But the activity you said you were doing was painting, then your mind should be only on painting, nothing else. No past, no future, no energy to anything else. Anchor in the present moment, anchor in completely be in the work that you're doing, anchor in your essence, all these steps. And then you will find that those thoughts will not come when you're working. Slowly, with this practice of mindfulness, the thoughts don't come when you're mindful completely. And then when you're sitting for your self healing, you say, okay, when I was painting, I got this emotion, but I came back to my work. I went back to my work and I just stayed with it. And that went because I didn't give any energy to it. Now I'm going to sit with it. Okay.
Okay.
Allow it to come. Let it come. Let it increase. Let it become uncomfortable. Sit with that discomfort. See what happens. What happens in your body? How does your body feel? Again, allow it. Everything will rise, then it will fall. And in this process, you will get some insights. The
Yes.
insights will be this connects, reminds me, it takes me to some memory, some past memory, maybe a childhood memory, some situation from the past. And then this is where I first experienced this, or this is where I experienced this the previous time, and then the previous time, and then the previous time. So finally, you get to where this started from. And then you are going to make that change there. You're going to change that belief there and say that, okay, this is something I unconsciously carried all this time. So now I'm letting that go and I'm making this change. So that's how the transformation can happen. As
Okay.
long as every time you work, you're allowing
Yes.
these things to come and you feel that's mindfulness,
Mm.
it won't change. It'll keep
Okay.
coming and there won't be
Yes.
any improvement also.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, thank you for
Okay, sir.
asking because this
Thank
is
you, sir.
something, yes.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Prasunna Garu has raised her hand.
Sir, good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Sir, I met you in recent Vanyamaite in QLU, sir. I have
Okay.
uh, I have a little information, sir. Someone has a very unpleasant childhood, and also for various reasons over a period of many years, suppressed by situations and could not do anything great. With a heavy heart and heavy life, someone is living.
Okay.
Can meditation help? I heard there is some program in QLU which helps with this.
Yeah. Do you follow Telugu?
Yes, sir. Actually, I wish to ask your permission to speak in Telugu, sir.
Okay. Um, no, this is an English program, so we'll speak in English. But the program that is recommended for this person is the Antara Sisuvu, which is the Telugu Inner Child program for 5 days, being
Sir,
conducted by Dr. Newton and Dr. Lakshmi in November. So Harika ji will share the dates for you. Okay. So these are what are the dates, Harika?
So this
Antara
November
Sisuvu
we
dates.
have inner child program, sir, in
The
November.
Telugu Antara Sisuvu program. Yeah.
Yes, it's in
Yeah.
November, from 24th to 28th.
24 to 28 November in Telugu residential program. This
sir.
is very strongly recommended for all kinds of inner child blocks and inner child issues. Yes, this is the slide. Thank you, Harika, for sharing this. So this is sorry, this is a good Antarasisu program, 24 to 28 November.
Sir, thank you so much, sir.
Okay, yeah,
Thanks.
yes.
And with your permission, I would also like to share and invite everyone to the Guru Purnima celebrations.
Yeah, before that, Harika, I think there was someone else who raised a hand. Aruna ji, I think.
Yes.
Yes.
Let me just check. 1 minute.
I mean, there was a hand raised, but I think again it's not showing now.
Yeah, they have.
Aruna ji, just check if she's wanting to talk. And there's one more hand raised now.
Yeah, I don't see her in the Zoom room.
Yeah,
Right.
but there's now one more hand
There is
raised.
one more. Yeah, Merle.
Yeah.
Hello, sir. I put my question in the chat.
Oh, okay. Aruna ji put the question in the chat, so we'll take that, and we'll also take Merle.
Merle. Yeah,
Yeah.
Merle is the one who has put the question in the chat.
Oh, okay, okay.
Oh,
Yeah. And Aruna ji, you can just check about.
she's not there
Oh,
right
she's
now
not there.
on
Okay,
Zoom.
that's fine. That's fine. Yeah.
Yeah, so the question is, could you give a real life situation as an example to help how to create the situation when we actually react to it because of getting angry?
Mm-hmm. Okay. So the difference between reaction and response, we always talk about we should react, we should not react, and we should actually respond in a situation. Reaction comes from fear, response comes from deeper understanding. Reaction comes from feeling that you are the victim of situations. Response comes from knowing that you are the creator of the situations. So we take a real life situation. Okay. There's some work that you have assigned to somebody which has not been done in the way that you have wanted it to be done. Okay, within the time frame or the quality or whatever, that's not done. Now, the normal way is we react. We get very upset about it, and but where is this coming from? This comes from a fear. If it's coming from a fear that this, what if this is not happening? If this work is not done, what will happen? What are the consequences of this? And you go into the fear of all that. Then you are going to react. You are not going to understand that at some level you are also the creator of this situation. If you have assigned the work, it's not happened, then you're also the creator of it. So you need to change from within and understand that, okay, I'm also the creator of this, but I also need to inform them that this work needs to be done and it has to be done with that understanding. Then you are going to respond. You are not going to project your fear onto the other person. That would be a response. And we keep doing this. We keep operating from the fear rather than the understanding that you are the creator of the situation. I hope this clarifies the situation. If you have any other question related to that or something, then you can still ask. Okay, so anger, again, just to clarify, because you brought up the thing of, say, angry as an example. Anger has two aspects: the positive aspect of anger and the negative aspect of anger. The positive aspect of anger comes from love. The negative aspect of anger comes from fear. So we need to understand that the positive aspect of anger is always coming in from love. Now we take the same example. The work was not done, and I have immense love for that work. So I will just explain in a way that this work needed to have got done and why it needs to get done. That would be operating from love. So that anger is correct. There's nothing wrong, because anger is a misunderstood emotion. It's not that anger is always wrong. Anger can be right when it comes from love, but anger is not right when it comes from the fear. So you need to understand, a lot of times we fool ourselves and we say, no, I am operating out of love. But actually, when you check for yourself, we realize that you're operating from the fear, not from the love of it. So this is something for everyone to analyze or to understand, to introspect rather, for themselves, because no one can tell them that you are operating from love or you're operating from fear, because that sounds not only judgmental, but you don't know completely about that person's, what's going on inside that person's mind. So we need to do this for ourselves. So, but we need to know that anger by itself is not wrong. Just like a knife by itself is not wrong. You can use it to kill, you can also use it to save a life. If you're a surgeon, you can use the same knife to save a person's life. So it is like that. What is it that actually is coming from inside is important. So it helps you to understand this. So thank you for asking that. Yes. And any other question? Yes. Yeah, I think Harika, now you can share about the Guru Purnima program.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you. And I also want to share that about inner child in Telugu. Prasunna Garu has asked just now. We also have this program called Gnanodayam every morning in Telugu from 5 to 6:30 a.m. In that, tomorrow onwards, we are going to start inner child theme, where we are going to teach about childhood wounds and how they affect our life, how to come out of it. So those who understand Telugu can join that program. It's a free 365 days program, and we have already completed 85 days. So you can join in from tomorrow. For details, please get in touch with us. Our contact number is there in this flyer that I'm going to share, and a very big important announcement and sharing and an invitation to all of you is the Guru Purnima celebrations on 11th, 12th, and 13th. We have a 3-day Guru Purnima celebrations with the masters, Dr. Newton, Dr. Lakshmi, are going to be available. During that time, we're going to celebrate with them. And it is going to be conducted at Quantum Life University on campus in Vikarabad. And it is going to be a mix of the wisdom, Jnana Yoga, Dhyana Yoga, Seva Yoga, all of them together. You'll be having an amazing time in nature at QLU which is a great energy spot also. So on behalf of the entire QLU Sangha, we invite you for this program. So all are welcome. It's a free program. Anyone can join, even children, adults, anyone can join. It's a free 3-day program. So please do register on our website. There is a flyer and a registration link. So we get to know how many of you are coming. And we look forward to seeing you there soon. Thank you, friends. Thank you,
So
sir.
more details of them are available on our website, and also our programs.qluglobal.org, which is our program calendar, which you can go and then register for any of the programs, upcoming programs of QLU. So thank you, friends. So thank you all for being there. If you have any final questions, we can take them up, or otherwise we can close for today. Thank you. So another thing that I would like to add about the Jnanodayam program is that it's available even those who have joined very recently. Uh, they can view the old classes right from the beginning of the Jnanodayam program. Almost 80 classes have concluded till now, and this is a 365 days program. So every day every day's meditation is recorded and available on our YouTube Telugu channel, on which you can watch these past videos, and they are going to be there forever on YouTube. So it's going to be a wonderful resource that we have 365 different topics. So actually, I mean, of course, so we have one main topic every 11 days, one main topic changes, and you can say 365 subtopics covered. So much of information, wisdom, and practical information which is given, you can access them on YouTube, and you can share that information with your friends who can understand Telugu, because they can benefit from that program. And similar to that, we have programs in English which have been done earlier. It is called Wake Up Call series, 40 days meditation classes, 40 days continuously meditation classes in English, and another one called Jagruti in Hindi, in our Hindi YouTube channel. Again, 40 days meditation classes in Hindi. So these are all available on YouTube, so you can benefit from them. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much. And then, of course, our own transformational meditation classes, like the one you are seeing today. You find again so many of these classes, probably more than 100 videos, which are more than 100 videos of these type of transformational meditation classes, which are available on our YouTube English channel, and the Hindi and Telugu channels as well, which are basically the Sunday evening meditation classes. So thank you all.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Bye, friends. See you all in the next class. Thank you so much.
Bye. Namaste.